Hi friends, good day. Today, let me read these world's greatest inspirational and motivational quotes on Candor for you. There is no diplomacy like Candor by E.V. Lucas. If you reward candor, you will get it by Jack Welch. Honesty is always the best policy by George Washington. Candor is the biggest gem of criticism by Benjamin Disraeli. All faults may be forgiven of him who has perfect candor by Walt Whitman. Let us not be ashamed to speak what we shame not to think by Michel de Montaigne. Candor and generosity, unless tempered by due moderation, leads to ruin by Tacitus. Innocence is genius and candor is power, are both noble qualities by Madame de Stael. Candor is a compliment. It implies equality. It's how true friends talk by Peggy Noonan. Friends, if we be honest with ourselves, we shall be honest with each other by George MacDonald. Candor and accountability in a democracy is very important. Hypocrisy has no place by Alan Dershowitz. It is the weak and confused who worship the pseudo-simplicities of brutal directness by Marshall McLuhan. Gracious to all, to none subservient, without offense, he spoke the word he meant by Thomas Bailey Aldrich. Candor is the key to collaborating effectively. Lack of candor leads to dysfunctional environments by Edwin Catmull. If modesty and candor are necessary to an author in his judgment of his own works, no less are they in his reader by Sarah Fielding. Lack of candor blocks smart ideas, fast action, and good people contributing all the stuff they have got. It is a killer by Jack Welch. We want all our friends to tell us our bad qualities. It is only the particular ass that does so whom we can't tolerate. By William James. It is always well to accept your own shortcomings with candor, but to regard those of your friend with polite incredulity. By Russell Linus. Candor is a proof of both a just frame of mind and of a good tone of breeding. It is a quality that belongs equally to the honest man and to the gentleman. By James F. Hooper. Your candor is worth everything to your cause. It is refreshing to find a person with a new theory who frankly confesses that he finds difficulties insurmountable, at least for the present. By Asher Gray. In matters of honesty, there are no shortcuts, no little white lies or big black lies, only the simple, honest truth spoken in total candor. Being true is different than being honest. By Gordon B. Hinckley. Today, candor compels us to admit that our vaunted two-party system is a snare and a delusion, a fraud upon the nation. Our two parties have become nothing but two wings of the same bird of prey by Pat Buchanan. The loss of candor is grievous, and in my opinion, it may yet prove to be mortal, because if we cannot discuss our problems in plain speech that describes reality, it is unlikely that we will be able to solve them. By Alexander Haig. Every trait of beauty may be referred to some virtue, as to innocence, candor, generosity, modesty, or heroism. Saint Pierre, to cultivate the sense of the beautiful, is one of the most effectual ways of cultivating an appreciation of the divine goodness. By Christian Nestel. If you write something that gets a bad response, or someone commits candor or is off message, there are often consequences almost immediately when it appears in the paper or a magazine. That somebody gets called into the boss office, and sometimes it can result in a loss of access for the reporter. By Ron Suskind. There is nothing in the world more difficult than candor, and nothing easier than flattery. If there is 1/100th of a fraction of a false note to candor, it immediately produces dissonance and, as a result, exposure. But in flattery, even if everything is false down to the last note, it is still pleasant, and people will listen not without pleasure. With coerced pleasure, perhaps, but pleasure nevertheless. By Fyodor Dostoevsky. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video and do share.